This video will cover major pawpaw insect, pest, and disease. Pawpaw is the host plant to the zebra swallowtail butterfly, meaning the caterpillar of the zebra swallowtail only feeds on Asimina species. So in Alabama, common pawpaw or small flower pawpaw. Lots of people like seeing this butterfly and they plant pawpaw as a host plant. In an orchard setting though, zebra swallowtail caterpillars can defoliate young pawpaw plants to the point that it would cause economic harm. Often in a mature orchard, a grower would relocate those caterpillars from a young tree to a more mature tree because they do need to be controlled for the first few years after planting the pawpaw. Once a pawpaw tree is mature, it can typically handle feeding from zebra swallowtail caterpillars with no real issue. The Asimina webworm moth, also called the pawpaw webworm moth, lays eggs on the leaves of pawpaws. A caterpillar emerges and feeds within the webbing, curling up the leaves, often at the ends of branches. This can be seen in orchards, also in forest. If you experience that as a grower, you can cut off the end of the stem there and discard it to get rid of the caterpillars and break the life cycle. The pawpaw peduncle borer is another moth whose caterpillar will chew into the flowers of pawpaw, causing them to drop. When levels are manageable, often this ends up being a beneficial thinning. Pawpaw typically flowers in April in Alabama, and the pawpaw peduncle borer will lay eggs that hatch into caterpillars that will chew through some of the flowers, causing them to drop, but in a way that doesn't impact overall yields. It is possible, though, that sometimes levels are high enough that this becomes a real economic pest and more flowers drop than a grower would want. Ambrosia beetle is a non-native beetle that can cause tree mortality in young pawpaw plantings. This beetle bores into trunks that are less than 3-inch diameter, causing frass to exit those entry holes. This can lead to tree mortality. The most serious disease of pawpaw is Phylosticta, which is a fungal leaf spot disease. Sometimes it's at levels that doesn't cause much harm. It starts out as brown spots on the leaves surrounded by a yellow halo. Those eventually become necrotic and they turn a light brown with a dark black ring around them. If it stays on the leaves at a manageable level, it's nothing to worry about. In a severe case, though, which often would happen when the trees are stressed, such as the fruit on the left there, it deeply blackens the fruit to the point that it will actually crack open, and at that point the fruit is unmarketable.